Hello, football fans, and welcome back to Madden 23. So, in this episode, we're going to be moving ahead to Week 7, where we will play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe that's the Thursday night game, and we will be using our special uniforms for it, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I did want to cover a bit of news and go through some of the back of house stuff before we get there. So, in news this week, one thing that I saw was that the Panthers do have a couple of additions to the team, it seems. For one, we've picked up another running back from Philadelphia. I really don't know a lot about him, so I'm not going to say a lot right now on him, but I am sort of happy that it does look like we are looking to expand our running game a little bit. And then the news that really did excite me quite a bit was we did pick up a quarterback as well in the offseason. We went ahead and picked up Andy Dalton. Um, I I know him mostly from his time with uh, the Bengals, but he is, as of recently, evidently had been with the Saints, and I'm okay with that overall. I mean, we had Sam Darnold. I thought he was good, but I really did like Andy Dalton overall. I didn't have any kind of problem with him. I thought he was a good quarterback, and if we were able to get him for a good deal, I'd say that works perfectly fine. And it really goes back to what I was talking about last week, where I feel like Bryce Young is the future of the Carolina Panthers. I'm very excited for Bryce Young, but I did feel like we needed somebody who has experience in the league to guide him, maybe to take the snaps for this season even. And I think Andy Dalton fits both of those things perfectly fine. We can have Andy be our starter. I have no problem with that. Even if we're losing games this year, that's fine by me because he can show Bryce Young the ropes. Or, worst case scenario in my mind, is that we will start Bryce Young, which I think it's a little bit early to be starting him, but we could start him, and then we could have Andy Dalton as his backup, but on a headset on the sideline there to guide him. And I think that leadership and guidance is the most important part. I think that would allow for Bryce Young to really learn quite a bit, and that'd be a great thing for him in his career. I think that's the way you sort of grow and create somebody to be the face of a franchise. As I said, my personal hope would be that we have him on the sideline this year, watching as Andy Dalton plays, learning, taking snaps in practice, growing in his capabilities, so that next year maybe he can be the starter for our team. I really look at it as one of those that, yes, we're investing for the future. And I see it sort of the same as like an Aaron Rodgers situation, where they had a quarterback that was good for the time being. Aaron Rodgers got to sit behind him, watch from the bench, and he became a star that was able to lead the Packers for years to come after that. Now, I do hope that the outcome for us is a bit better than the Rodgers situation was for Green Bay, but I think that that's the kind of thing that could happen with Bryce Young. Give him a little bit of time and let him grow. And so hopefully Andy Dalton will allow that to happen here. In game, my plan is I actually am going to see if I can get Andy Dalton now, switch Sam Darnold for him because Sam Darnold's not going to be my quarterback in the end, anyways. And I'm really not using Sam Darnold in any dramatic way. I'm really relying on my running game as it is because that's the style I like to play. And then what I'll do is during the draft, I'm going to focus on getting a mobile quarterback. As I said, there's sort of a glitch in the game where I'm not able to get the true draft that I want from the game. So what I will do instead is each round I will try to pick up a player that fits that specific position. So in the first round I'll pick up a mobile quarterback, second round I'll pick up a possession receiver, so on and so forth. And then I will hopefully be able to go in and edit their statistics in order to make them into the players that they should be. Then with that, we'll have Bryce Young on our team for next year, even though the team won't be in Carolina at that point. But with that being said, let's get to some of the back of the house stuff here. So let's look at the weekly awards. McCaffrey won again for the NFC offense because of the fact of how he's doing rushing wise. And we had another one of our players win on the NFC defense because Jackson had 2 interceptions, 5 tackles, and he got a touchdown there. So really, we've been dominating on the awards. Not a bad thing at all. Alright, so we can go to the staff here, and this is where I believe I should be able to adjust the talent tree and hopefully be able to get this blocking here. So now the linemen will be +4 on their strength. That's what I want. So that way we can really be moving people out of our way. Alright, so that's good to go. Let's see here. Alright, so we can go ahead and get that. So I'm going to worry about these players first and start going down this this tree. But overall, we're doing good on that, so I'm pleased there. Let's see then. Manage team. See if there's anything as far as the stadium to do. Nothing as of yet. Alright, so we can advance the week against the Buccaneers. Now, the uniforms I'm going to be using in this particular week are ones that are the reason, really, that I got this game overall, because I really did enjoy the uniforms for the team. So I do want to have those available. Oh, actually, it is different for this week. My mistake. So it's actually McCaffrey won, but we didn't win defensive player this week, which I guess that's all right. And we can see that the game is a little bit on the fictional side because Russell Wilson won as the AFC offensive player, and we know that his season did not exactly go well for him this last year. So, a little bit of fiction there. As far as staff and such, I do want to go in here and set up the game day goals. Win the turnover battle is definitely a good thing. 250 offensive yards I feel good with. Allow 24 points or less. You know, let's put it to 20 points or less. 2 passing touchdowns? No. Let's go with my 200 rushing yards because I really do like my 200 rushing yards. I feel pretty good about that. So we'll go with that one. All right. Now let's see here. I'm wanting to go with the Saints because I believe that's where Andy Dalton is. There he is. All right. Now for my team, will you just take Sam Darnold? I mean, it's a medium interest. Let's see what they'll say. Just straight out trade, one for the other. All right, sweet. So we got Andy Dalton. We lost Sam Darnold. As I said, I mean, I have no problem with Andy Dalton or Sam Darnold. My big thing here is just trying to keep it towards what the team is actually going to be in the upcoming year. So I could use either quarterback right now. I'm really setting up so that way I've got the one that I'm going to need when I'm going to get here for Bryce Young. And actually, I freed up a little bit of money by doing that for right now as well. Let's see. Make sure that I've got Andy Dalton as my starter. I do. I want to see also, what's his contract like? Alright, PJ Walker I'm not going to worry about. He's no longer with the team. So, need to figure out what screen I can see Andy Dalton's contract in. Because I need him for at least a year more still. Managed team maybe? No. Let's see NFL rosters maybe. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And we're only paying him $400,000. Stats and contract. Years remaining, 1. Alright, so I mean really that's the thing. Right there it says it all. Alright, so let's see. We know he's coming up here. So let's see for him. Alright, how did I get to that again? View player card. Stats and contracts. Years remaining 1. So we do need to get Andy Dalton signed to a new contract. Might be because this is his first day in the company. Giovanni Ricci I do want to negotiate with, so I will have to negotiate with him. These other players, though, not as concerned about. I could lose these and replace them in the offseason. Not going to really worry about them. All right. So with that, we'll have Andy Dalton as our quarterback for this game instead of Sam Darnold. As I said, a little bit unrealistic for last year, but I just wanted to get him in place for this year. I think really what probably happened is his contract expired with the Saints. They really saw no interest in re-signing him, so we picked him up for a fairly inexpensive price. Hopefully I'm able to keep him at an inexpensive price for this next season. But I'm also going to sort of see how the season begins. Are we going to start Andy Dalton or are we going to start Bryce Young? Because if we end up starting Bryce Young, while it would be nice to have Andy Dalton as his backup, I'm not going to spend an enormous amount of money keeping Andy Dalton as the backup. I mean, right now he is going to probably win a Super Bowl with my team. That is the goal. But it's not going to be because he did a lot for the team. It's simply because of the fact that he's on the team that he's on. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes. But let's go ahead and jump in the game, see how he performs this week at home against Tampa Bay.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Andy Dalton and the Carolina Panthers versus Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far. A perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay's offense set to take the field, and of course a quarterback, 23-year veteran who's had a Hall of Fame career several times over, the great Tom Brady.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First play, first pass for Brady. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A first carry for Rashad White. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Instead of the first, he'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays second down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Brady gives this one to Vaughn. Oh, nice move. And taken down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
On second down, it's Vaughn. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And complete right side to Cook. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Brady's throw complete to Otten. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The numbers for Evans in last week's ball game, well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the 17, Brady. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's Brady. This is White on the screen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Play action here with Dalton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Up the gut, McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually. Right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The Panthers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school. Didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to their former level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 17. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so there's no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Dalton. And it's caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time, a 9-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots. If I remember correctly, they've won a few in the years following.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. And his throw here's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, it's Vaughn. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Dalton sets up play action. Rolling to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We start up in Cincinnati. The AFC champs hosting Atlanta. And that game tied 21-all in the second quarter. A lot of offense there. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. C.D. Lamb. 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. And a quick throw here that's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. on 2nd and 9. Brady over the middle to Evans. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Dalton off play action. Out to his left. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. McCaffrey running up the middle. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He'll buy some time right. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This is McCaffrey on the give. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Play action now, Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And his throw is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Pardon me, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
So now Dalton on the move to his left, and that is incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. Boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Big spot, Andy Dalton. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Carolina, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon.